so we can go over the budget. Okay.
So I've given you what our balances as of July 31st for all accounts. My scribbles at the bottom, the yellow highlighted numbers are what our current budgeted amount is. So like for the general fund, it's 153,600. And you can see there's line items that shows how much we spent out of the general fund, but it's not going to show you each appropriation. So I do have an appropriation report that will help. Just no, that's not it. I've got too much paperwork going. Oh, here it is. Anyway, I'll find it when I talk, but just to give you an idea of what our balances might be, I haven't written the check for the MVH yet, but I had to make a change. Looks like our portion will be about 44,000. Our estimated revenue for 2026 is 23,000, but that doesn't include wheel and surtax. I don't have those estimates. So after writing the check to Milestone for our portion out of MVH, and then our estimated revenue for 2026, we could potentially have a balance of 70,000 in MVH in 2026. So we want to stop on MVH and then Gary and Jay went over potential roads to do in 2026. President North and South Robert, and then Wilkins. We're pretty much done, right, Jay? Yeah, Gary emailed me today with what our portion should be. Our portion should be about 44,000. So, because they've sent me two different invoices, one amount, it was going to be way more than what our original portion was. And then, yeah. Then they dropped a bunch. So I don't know. I think 44,000 is our portion. I think that's the final number. So with all that said, that would be approximate balance for 2026 is 70,000. Those are papers for me, like what you guys are looking at. You guys have 3 or 4 over there? Unbelievable. Look at yours.
Jay, you think we get the rest of that blacktop with that money?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what.
This is a lot less paving than what we've done in the past, isn't it? For
Yeah.
what we got done this time,
Yeah, I mean.
our portion's only 44.
If you pick up Bond Street instead of on. Because the discrepancy is where the kind of limited it. Or Gary, I asked Gary to look into it. Also, I think he's waiting for you guys at the next meeting. He's gonna give you the comments for him to give us their budget or whatever it is. I think he's there. I don't know that, but anyway, kind of waiting on that. But you think Vine Street you're gonna spend it there? More there than this Vine Street I'm going through. This got the few blocks. It's simple that I can find out what we already have. That'll be close.
Is there any questions on what we have left on percentage wise of our budget? I got it right. We're fine on MVH. We have 77,000 left in the appropriation but obviously. So we may have to do a budget reduction for NVH in order to free up that money for next year. Because I budgeted 84,000. State Board of Accounts or DLGF assumes you're gonna spend all that, but we're
Right.
not. So we can reduce the budget by about 40,000 and then that will free it up for next year. In DLGF's eyes, if that makes sense. Budget reduction resolution at September's meeting, so that I can put that into the forms.
When does this have to be heard?
Well, not until after adoption. I won't send it to DLGF until after adoption, but we have to discuss it next meeting.
When you send here,
All what information? Oh, some cost estimates. Yeah, I don't think we can hit the October 1st deadline. Yeah. I mean,
it's a lot to try to get.
yeah. So any thoughts on a budget amount for NVH then for next year? I mean, we can budget all of it. We can budget 70,000.
I say do the 70 and then hopefully that'll take care of everything when the count's done.
I agree. Okay. So then local road and street, our current budget is 5,000, and you can see up here, we've spent just $445. We have a balance of about 20, not quite 22,000, see 21,600. I don't anticipate spending out of local road and street for anything between now and then, do we? Or do we need rock or gravel or anything? Or sand for the winter or? Okay. No. Yeah. So we wouldn't really have to do a budget reduction. The estimated revenue for local road and street is $4,480. So is it going to get graded, you say, or? I think it says something about cutting, did you say?
I said you.
Oh, no, because we have, I budgeted $1,000 for rock, gravel, and stone out of, well, that's out of ND8, but I think I have. And general fund too, maybe. No, it's just out of ND8, okay. Oh, no, there's some money appropriated in general fund too for rock, gravel, and stone. So if we wanted to not use that out of the road and street, we would have to get this done. So it's fine. We got 2 plus about $3,000 to move it. Stone isn't that much, is it? To get rock and stone. So, okay. So I don't think we'd have to do a budget reduction unless you're wanting to budget all of local road and street for next year in case we don't have enough for MVH, but we've never spent a lot out of local road and street. Is that something if we saved up and saved up and saved up, we could do sidewalks with it?
Yeah.
Just curious.
You saving a lot.
I know. Just curious. So, whatever your thoughts are on local road and street.
And you can use some of the local road and street for drainage, like putting culverts under the road and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'd save up that to combine with stormwater money to. Are we not gonna move forward with, I mean, I know that Seymour, was that 38,000 estimate? Is that putting in drain tile and all that? Is that just? Okay. Okay, never mind.
I say keep it the same.
Keep it at 5,000 for the Golden Street. Okay, so CCI, we never spend money out of that. Our current budget's $7,000. We expect to get $942 for 2026. Current balance is 16,000. I think CCI is pretty flexible. I think that probably could, if we do a building down at the park, and if we need extra funds, I think we can use that. CCD can use for the park building if necessary.
Let's see what.
CCD. But we also, we have that lit economic development. We haven't done anything with that. There's $45,000 in lit economic development. I think we use that on a building as well. So we have a lot of options financing a nice building, nice community building.
Might be good.
So if we wanted to budget all of the CCI, I would have to reduce it by the 7,000 that we have budgeted this year, because the income's only gonna be about $942. So we could do a budget reduction of 7,000 to free it up for next year if we needed it. It's just gonna be a little over 17 as a balance for 2026.
Said it'd be 17,000 in there for next year.
Basically, because our estimated revenue is $942, so it's gonna be, a little over 17,000. Well, 17,400, whatever.
That's after the reduction.
Yeah, if we reduce it by the 7,000 we have budgeted this year, then we could budget the whole 17,000 if we needed to, but then we wipe it out. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't get much; it only gets less than 1,000 a year. So if we wipe it out, it's going to be a long time before we get it built back up. But
That could be our last one we pull out of. as
yeah,
far
it'd
as
be like
for
a
the
last
building.
resort.
Yeah.
I mean, have we gotten any building estimates at this point?
I think I can do that bigger job.
Okay, so you want me to reduce the CCI budget by 7,000? And then, so what if we just budget 10 for next year, so we don't completely drain it?
That's a good idea.
I budgeted 22,000 this year. We've not spent any out of that fund. We have a balance of 57,000. Estimated revenue is $677, but I think that's just FIT. We won't know. There's property taxes that comes into CCD fund, but I don't have an estimate for property taxes. Oh, that's not true. I just lied. If I looked at this right, if I know what I'm doing, I think we'll get about 10,000, $9,062. So 9,000 potentially. If I looked at these forms right today, calculation of estimated maximum levy for budget year 2026 for CCD, it's 9,000. That's right. I don't really know for sure.
You think we can use that down to park then too? CCD.
Mm-hmm.
For the building, Yep. So, I put a note in there. I suggest that we reduce the budget since we haven't spent anything out of it to free it all up for next year. I mean, if we did the fence park, Would that, you think that'd get done this year?
I mean, we can actually get done this year.
Well, if not, it's encumber.
Yeah,
I think encumber it.
Sure, that can get it done.
Okay.
I told him.
Goes with the town.
Supposed to, he says.
Park to pay for that this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's enough money to pay. We might be a little over, like maybe $1,000 that we could take out of CCD or the general fund that has an appropriation for like property maintenance and improvements, and it's, we can cover it. Okay. So do we potentially want to budget about, what, say 55,000 from CCD, and then I just need to reduce it. I don't know.
Get started if you're gonna build a building next year.
That's what I was thinking.
Would I even begin to cover it though?
You know, you're gonna cover it.
Yeah, so we're probably talking what, 100,000?
Some other-
Yeah,
Yeah, we've got.
yeah, the economic development, I think at 45 there.
I guess the game plan would be to see what kind of building you're gonna put up first
Yeah,
before we. I don't think we need to tie them all down there,
oh, absolutely not.
especially saying in the bathroom, so I was thinking, but.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean,
Yeah, consider this other one, maybe.
When I first brought it up, I was thinking, when he's there, offset the cost of that building, but yeah, those kind of money, yeah.
well, I mean, it just closes the door for any future projects, you know what I mean? You just gotta, but if I can nail down if we can use some of that public safety money for a police office, I've never gotten a straight answer about that, so I just don't know. I don't know. You know, we don't want to drain that either. Well, I was wondering about getting those speed trap signs. Pardon? I heard that.
Possibility.
So I wouldn't want to put it all in a building and not, you know, have money for a police car if we needed it, or those speed trap sign, you know, where it says your speed limit's this, your speed's that. You could, you know, they're pretty pricey, but I think they're effective. Anywho.
So if we reduce it, it frees it up for the building, right?
Yeah,
Reduce it by 20,000.
It don't mean you have to use it next year, correct?
Right, no. No,
We can always
we would
reduce
be in
it
the same
again.
position something else next year. We'll be in the same, reducing the budget.
So I was thinking about this.
So reduce it by, what, 20,000, you think? Keep a couple thousand underneath in case. And then budget. There's gonna be a property tax, so, or, you know, that will be in CCD, but I don't know for sure if it's the 9,000 or not. It's my best, if this is what this form is, an estimate for the property taxes. If it is, and the estimate for the general fund is 93,262. But I don't think that is accounting for circuit breaker credits. I'm not sure if this is accounting for the new Senate bill or anything. I don't know for sure. That's what I'm gonna meet with Janet for. That's it. $50,000 then is a budget amount for CCD?
I would.
Yeah.
50. And then public safety, our current budget's 25,000. I know we have the upcoming expense for the tornado siren. You have an update on that?
Yes, the part for the such order, I was done a couple days ago. So
We haven't spent any money out of public safety up to this point. We have 62,000 in there. So what was the estimate, like 3,000 on the siren?
Just over.
Yeah. So I don't know that I'd have to reduce the budget unless you think we're gonna spend a big portion of that, but I don't think we spend it on. Not sure what percentage towards the building we could use. If we did a police station down there, but if we didn't, then we don't need to worry about it. Here, you know, on the main stretch or whatever.
Mom, go sit down at the park, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's down the park a few times today.
Mhm.
But anyway,
I'd say leave it alone.
budget the same for next year then,
Makes sense.
25.
Just in case.
Just budgeting 25,000, we would not have to reduce the budget because there's plenty in there. And then for Riverboat, we haven't received anything for 2025 at this point. Our balance in there is 17,000. We typically get about $3,000, so I'm not sure. And last year we had gotten money by now, so I'm not sure why we haven't received any Riverboat money. I don't know if something's changed and I'm not aware of it, but our current budget on that's 5,000, but we haven't spent anything. We haven't, but that's money that also I'm pretty sure can be used on park building.
Okay.
Yep.
It's the same.
In case we need it, or which if we don't budget enough and need more, I can do an appropriation. I've never had to do that, but
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't hurt going a little higher because we can always reduce it later. You want to go 10 in case we need it, or keep the same?
Well, if we get 10 and we need it for the building, we can use it for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the general fund, I know you don't have last year's in front of you to compare. I do have it up there if you need to look. It is down some because that one sheet I sent you, you can see this shows you what. This is their budget. This is what they projected that we will spend for this year's budget. And so I just kind of did my numbers based on what they project. And some of it, they're completely spent. I know that we're not going to spend any more out of it. Or it's right accurate, like the salaries, wages and stuff, wherever mine is. I know it's not going to change. Click on page 2, that's why I can figure it out. That's the only one you have.
Well,
I said, I emailed you guys. These sheets.
When did
Because
we
they scratches.
So
Something like that.
Hmm.
Anyway, I know that these are set. Part-time help, whatever. I just reduced some of those because, like, for instance, this is what I budgeted for part-time help. This is what it's projecting, but I've even budgeted over that. So town marshal, 13,000 was budgeted. That's the projection. So I just kind of bumped them down a little bit. Need all that. And we're still, if 92,000 is our projected property tax revenue, I've still got budgeted, the total is 120,000. I'm still, spending more than just for the general fund. $120,900 is what I have in Form 1 for the general fund at this point. I haven't put anything else in the other yet. But also, TCD money can be used for utilities as well.
You have to pay it back by the end of the year, correct?
And code 36-9-26 allows for expenditure of storm and sanitary sewer systems. Allows for expenditure for the construction, reconstruction, and maintenance of drains. Allows for building, remodeling, and repairing park and recreation facilities, and purchase land for park and recreation purposes. Parks, sewer. Or it's there's a lot. There's a lot. Allows for certain fire and police capital expenditures. Electricity can be used for. In that elements.
And there's a couple in there, I think I'm excited as well. Super.
But I did call and leave them a message. The message to me.
Their property, they have a fence, what, nothing we can do
Well,
about
I
it.
think they're renters though. Is it?
When you go read the meter, they got 2 dogs. Their fence is a meter. Every time you bend down, they find the meter out, and dogs are
In your face.
in your face and pushing on the fence and. Fence was up against his face.
I had some pepper spray.
So, I go there.
Get to the door though. You know what I mean? Maybe it's same situation, sure. Anyway,
We reduced the rock, gravel, and stone out of jail from $2,000 to $500.
Just don't lower the tax rate, absolutely not, I want it to stay the same. I mean, I'm all about lowering taxes, but
I have it at 500 in the general fund. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, we had a budget the past 2
Oh,
years.
yeah.
to
I reduced it to 500. So you're saying the lower our budget request is and potentially they lower the property taxes? Is that what you're saying?
that's what I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, if you don't ask for much, surely they're gonna lower the rate. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I don't.
Well, they say you get 4%.
That's what I heard. You just have it.
That's what it's from. Making.
I don't understand that.
And property maintenance draw it was 3, and it's 2,000.
Oh, okay.
No, you
That's what I'm thinking.
increase, not cut.
Rock around it. 2 to 5.
When I was doing budget, I was told that he never cut.
I'd say keep it all the same as it was last year,
At least keep it all the same.
at least that part, and then the rest of it. We can do that.
Not that postage, so that's good.
I understand that.
Yeah, yeah, cause
Yeah,
it
if
went up
needed
again.
to, I know, I wondered if $100 is
Not,
a sweat.
Right. Take us back to 4% in October.
Telephone dropped 1,000. It's dropped 500.
you can't go by those drops cause everything's raising up right now, so. You don't wanna not have the money.
I'll say keep everything the same as it was last year. That's my opinion. I don't think if anything else.
Liability insurance needs raised.
Pretty sure they raised that last year.
The park, the concession stand now looks a whole lot better than it used to.
Yeah, they did real good with it.
Yeah. And I said to Jay, I know this is just my opinion, but I didn't know if we could just add on bathrooms on the north side where the concrete's still good or not.
I'd say
Access to the outside. Access from the outside, and then for the rest of that. Go and look at all the concession stands. The one side, the north, it's like it's split where the batting cage was, that all, it's bad.
Yeah, that needs cut.
As that. Right, you love only buildings. Right.
Not sure buildings worth adding on.
I don't think it is, but
It's not bad shape. You've been in there since they cleaned it all up and painted in there.
So,
I mean,
they're starting to rot.
oh, are they? The physical structure, but the outside looks decent, and inside looks decent, nothing about that.
It's not gonna last for a long time. On the postage,
Mm-hmm.
is going up 100 enough for the increase?
But I buy stamps for the bills, I pay for those, I assume. The general fund's postage isn't. It's for advertising or I don't spend a lot. on postage
Okay,
out of general fund. See what I.
you just.
I think I maxed it out this time just to get the stamps, you know what I mean, purchase stamps for them, good for the year. I still have $97 for postage. I budgeted 400 last, for this year, and I still have $97 left, and then I pretty much, before the stamps went up.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, that's gonna last the rest of the year. But yeah, I don't buy the stamps for the bills. General fund.
Okay,
So it is.
what about the liability insurance?
And I split that 3 ways. So it was really high this year.
Yeah,
Somebody going down.
no, it's gonna keep going up.
Yeah, because you had 2 generators, you had a sewer plant.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I did 8,000. I did this year, I did 8 this year as well. No, I did 6, so I did bump it up by 2,000. For liability insurance, but we said I used to did that through rates, and I think I did the bigger portion out of sewer because of like what Jay said, the generators and sewer plant all being new,
Mhm.
but we'll have some upgrades in water.
Well, I'm just, do we need to bump it more than that
We can, certainly can.
with possibility of the new stuff coming?
Yeah, but I just, well, general fund to me is, park here, you know what I mean? Liability for here, but not the water and sewer because the utility takes care of their own, but yeah, we can bump it up to 10 if you think. It
I
was,
was just questioning.
yeah, I don't disagree. That's why we're here. What do you guys decide? Works for me.
You gotta bump the liability of the park up if they're gonna use it more.
Right.
Okay. We don't bump it up to
The what?
the liability insurance. This would just be the general funds portion. For 2025, I think it was $18,000.
Total.
And I split it with water, sewer, and general.
Mhm.
I think,
General's portion was $5,718.
I think everything would be budgeted same as last year and then whatever else would be raised on top of that, so. I don't want that.
You're gonna go 10,000 on liability then?
I would say 10,000.
Gravel and stone back up to 2,000?
I say put everything back up to the original price besides the liability.
I'll make a note of that.
Agreed to it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna go down this year. Yeah, it is.
No.
So what?
Attorney fees.
That's what I'm listening to right now.
Mhm. There's only 1,000 on here.
And
Well-
I split that as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
If we're gonna have a fight, we might need money in there.
Right.
You can take out professional services too.
Yeah. Was it up there somewhere? No.
I can't shuffle papers around.
I think it had 2,000 on it originally, 2025. No, maybe not.
Okay, so I budgeted for this year 11,000 with town deputy marshal. We don't have one.
How much did they make an hour?
20 for deputy marshal, 22 for town marshal. Entry news. I didn't realize there weren't amounts in for office supplies, computer equipment.
Yeah,
I didn't even see that wasn't in
you might need some money.
there. So the number's not accurate. I didn't see that I missed that. What do I want to do for attorney fees? You can do 5,000 for attorney fees.
They're not cheap.
It may not hurt.
I'm saying for me, for here. I
Yeah,
budget $500. I'm like, oh, I never need that.
right.
What I would need it for, but.
What's the new fire hydrant cost?
$5,500.
Better up that up then, hydrant. You know. Can you up that up?
I don't know. I mean, that's just what we pay the water for the hydrants.
It's gonna cost $100 a day, what if you take it, it's $3,600 for a 2-foot hydrant. So a regular fire hydrant would be 55.
Just assume water had to pay for those. But I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, the hydrant rental's always been $4,200. That's just what the general fund pays water for.
Raise it, it's a way to get water, and find water.
Okay.
Okay.
200.
Pardon me? Ready for what? You think?
Well, just hundreds, hey. You kidding?
I have no idea.
We have to cut it, we'll have to cut it. But we can come back, but. I'll say no.
Raise it to 10,000.
Yeah.
What should I raise electric to?
I mean, it went up 20% or 25%, big raise the rates, whatever it was. Probably wouldn't hurt.
So on that sheet that you're looking at here for electric, what's the projected
For
electric? It's hard to see on this in
Yeah.
8,000,
61.
projected 6,100. So
It's a 10 anyways.
Yeah,
I'll just keep it at 8,000. That's all right, or
you better bump it up
9?
10.
10, just in. If they say no, we can take 1,000 off of it.
What's right under electric is gas.
Yeah, the projected is 701.84. You have it 1,000 budget is what you have on here.
That's the same as last year.
No, it was 1,200. Mhm.
One thing we're using more electric dump than ours.
Yeah,
The concessions there.
Well,
You hear all this stuff.
that comes out of sewer though. But yeah,
But the
the electric
parking-
bill for the sewer plant and both lift stations this month was $1,555.
I don't know what I said. Sorry.
It's okay. No, I did 10,000. What did you say on gas?
We got involved.
Let's see, I have 1,000 for 2025. That's 2024. So go over to the next. Okay, right, here we go.
Okay,
That's-
all right. Yeah,
1,000 on here, like there.
We know the water rates are gonna go up.
Yeah.
Shit, I need to renew. So, yeah, I should bump up the water to
probably.
1,200.
Last time, I'm not taking the money out, but when's the last time we used animal control? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, we don't have a contract with anybody, so if
Well-
we called Paul's and Claus, they wouldn't come anyway.
Jeff
Right.
Bishero told me the county has a contract with them. And as far as he's concerned,
Oh,
that contract should cover
Paul's
us.
County.
Then we shouldn't have to budget for it.
I mean, I believe
Well,
that.
but we still have to pay if they come get an animal, right?
Yeah, you stop.
Each town still have to pay, so.
I think the county,
Transportation fees.
I think the county would pay for it. He told me they were paying.
They're working on it, I don't know, what's done yet. I'll just leave it like it is.
Even the.
Okay, and the property maintenance the same. Not spend anything on property maintenance. You know, which we may use some of that on the fencing. Repair, I have those 2,000 piece.
I wouldn't cut it because
No, I didn't, I made it the same.
Yeah,
For maintenance, I have 20,000 for next year, which was the same as this year.
I'd say raise it, we have to cut it, when budget, when they say we can cut something, we'll just cut that off.
yeah.
Covers everything.
decisions, I say we have an issue with the sewer, I'm just gonna, what do you guys think about it?
But we can, it's public meetings.
Okay. Gary, ordinance to camera that line, we cambered it, and 68 feet, we hit a bunch of roots, we cut them out. We got to 86 feet. We cut roots between 68 and 86 feet. At 86 feet, we'd, cut roots for 6 hours and it was, we just need to dig down and cut that pipe in half and take a section out.
Mhm.
That's part of what's restricting our flow while we're having those overflows and et cetera.
But if we're gonna pay you to do that, do we need to go bigger? Just do it one time.
We can't go bigger without IDM being involved.
Right.
What size is that?
8-inch.
Change.
Can we get idea involved and see if we can?
I asked Gary that and he never gave me an answer, but I'll check back with him.
Yeah, I mean, I would just assume go a little bit bigger if we can, then pay you once and not pay you, come back and do it.
Right. And I agree with that.
Few weeks or it'll be all right for 2 weeks, won't it?
Oh,
Just done like that, all right, for that way.
Yeah. We talked about Karen and what to do. And I think it'd be probably out of there. Get stopped up and
I guarantee that's.
Yep.
Christy called me last week and she told me I was supposed to hear from SRF last week. I didn't hear anything.
And very cool. I need to try to figure out with, Rick Patton, what we're gonna do about that water bill, or do I need to talk to him, or what we gonna do about that?
That's up to Janet and her, him, as far as I'm concerned.
We already took care of it once.
Leave it at that then.
She makes $200 a month payment on it. And
She makes,
she would never get caught up if I kept charging her late charges, so.
she makes $200 on top of her regular water bill, or she pays $200 plus whatever the water bill is.
She just pays, all she can afford is $200 a month,
So how
You
much
make a
your
payment.
normal, what's your normal water bill?
less than that.
Well, I understand that, but if it's, what I'm saying is if her water bill's $150, she's the one making $50 progress, we're never gonna get her money back.
She's poor, so I don't know.
We don't,
But I-
it's too though.
I think that she probably had a toilet running that whole time she was gone. It could be that much, like you said, and it wasn't on the ground, but it had to been a toilet.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then she didn't have, she's had a couple of water leaks. One bad enough that there was mushrooms growing in her daughter's bedroom.
Yeah.
What's the bill now?
I was looking at that also, if we're gonna do something with the sewer plant with that line, we'll put a couple gates in the back corner of that. So now to get anything, well, you can't even get there because of all the trees. There's not enough room around the fence to get equipment or whatever back there. So if you do something, you gotta back all the way back to the fence, walk all the way back out, all the way around the fence, all the way back to the discharge, then come all the way back up, back into the fence. Because there's no gates back there. So if we do something, $1,500 for 12-foot of gate that's installed. If we do something back there, I mean, I think that would be,
Hidden.
It needs done.
$3,700.
What's normal bill?
What's her normal bill?
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't been anything normal for so long. Her current charges are. Including the stormwater, including the stormwater fee and
So $100.
and that's not including tax. So if you want all of it. Their current charges.
So just over 100 is going toward the balance.
So take,
Well,
You know, I've lived there 3 years and 1 month, to break even to get back $3,700. If she moves out, but
if she moves out and when she won't be able to pay it, then it goes to, I'll send it to Trex and they'll take it out of her tax refund.
Mhm.
And that would take a long time too, because I'm sure she doesn't get a big state tax refund. Yeah, we can. Call the Trex program.
I mean, I understand that. I
Oh.
know we can't wait 3 years to get her money back, what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
That's
we were talking maybe
6 months, maybe even 8 months. I mean, I might be willing to do that, but that's,
Rick even says he'd help her. I mean, ultimately,
Her and Rick don't get along, but I have no idea.
hopefully part of it was his, I would say, but I mean, that's. She's the tenant, yeah.
If the toilet's running, he's not there to hear it, you know what I mean? So, but the leak, I don't know how to differentiate toilet running leak. It's such a mess. And then I know we put a new meter in there and I said, well, we'll just leave it, but I don't have numbers to go with the new meter, you know, the serial number and all that. Then the old meter, if we put the old meter back in, like you talked about, it just, I mean, the readings are, it's, yeah, we just don't.
See the person staying there 3 years.
Right, I mean, there's no feasible way to. That's what.
And she did.
I mean, you can, but I'm all for not leaving her for $3,700 on the books either,
Right.
and hoping that somebody's gonna pay it in 3 years.
I was just seeing what you guys wanted to do, if we talked about it at the last meeting, or the meeting before, so. We decided to leave that meter, so.
I'll try to talk to Rick, see what he thinks.
I'll see what he says, and then we'll talk about it next week.
That's just in a couple of weeks or 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
September 8th. Did we talk about if we're gonna, do we wanna budget any from rock, gravel, and soda, sand and salt out of MVH? We just wanna do that out of the general fund or local
Yeah.
industry? I can't remember. We didn't talk about that, I don't think.
I'd say general.
Just general, I think.
Just out of the general fund, so not out of MVH then, okay.
I was keeping all the numbers the same on this, besides the ones we said to raise.
Well, we didn't talk about, motor vehicle highway. All we talked about was just for street repairs, so I can do rock, gravel, and stone out of the others. There's, in 2025, for this year, we did 1,000 for rock, gravel, and stone, and 1,000 for sand and salt. We had an appropriation for each of those. But I'll just shovel that to the general fund.
Oh, you're not gonna keep them on this?
I just wasn't gonna take them out of motor vehicle highway since we're
Oh.
budgeting everything for street repairs. I'll just do rock, gravel, stone out of
I got
like
you.
local road and street. We can pay for out of that or out of the general.
I'm saying it'll take longer than 37 months to get that money.
Yeah.
Because we have to raise the water bill.
Right,
You're probably looking at 4 years.
right.
I'll cover it. That's 632 or 636.
32, I think.
I think it is three. All those numbers are together down there.
It's 632 East Walnut.
So is she the only one on the payment plan with the town of Kingman for water and sewer?
You have this on paperwork saying that's what she's paying.
No, I don't, she hasn't come in for a payment agreement. I just followed in that area about travel time and she said, okay, I'll come into her house.
She needs to come in and sign the paperwork, so we have.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're not be on top of that when you call her after the 10th? If the ordinance says we charge late fee, we have to charge late fee. We can't
We
pick
can't
and
change
choose.
that.
We cannot change that. But if you're calling her on the 15th, for an example, to come pay your water bill, you're already 5 days behind when you're supposed to pay it. If I'm gonna get charged late fee, she's gotta be charged late fee. I mean, it's just the way it works.
It's gonna be,
And I'm I'm just wondering why it's still on. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but we can't, the ordinance says if this is how it's gonna be, that's how we gotta do it. So.
That's
And
definitely better off.
there's nothing against her, it's just, one, we're gonna do it for somebody else.
Well,
Town's gonna do that.
the whole thing started because she supposedly had to leave the house because she had no heat. And she was gone for, I don't know how long she was gone. So for toilet was running that whole time and she wasn't there. She didn't know.
We just,
And then that was. So January, February. And then her landlord says she does have heat. So I'm in the middle. I don't know who's lying, who's telling the truth.
it's
I know
not for
the
you, it's
situation.
not for you or me.
No, but
We gotta follow the rules of what we got in place. Because if I pay my water bill on the 15th, you're gonna charge me a late fee, for example. And you're not charging her one, but yeah.
well, I suspended him until we decided what we were gonna do. And we're not gonna do anything, then I'll put him back on there.
We said that last meeting that we wasn't gonna adjust anymore this year. So,
So you're gonna go back and add all the late fees that she would have been charged?
I feel like you should. Because, just like I said, because if I pay mine on the 15th, you're gonna charge me, but you're not charging her, and then
Yeah, but your bill's $4,000, so you.
I understand that,
But
but
our says they're charges, we have to go by the ordinance.
I don't even know if it would say anything about late fees, does it?
Those two.
It probably does.
But even if you don't pay her, charge her late fee on the back part, you still need to be paying a late fee on top of the what, when you're calling her the 15th, and tell her she's gonna get shut off for that month that you.
What the new it into connection charges, insufficient funds charge, a deposit fee.
Just take it off
That fee.
the utility bill. But every month it says what your late fee is. So-
It's not worth it, so.
I'm sure it's someplace. It has to be someplace. They're sitting writing someplace for a late fee. It might have been 1977 or sometime, but
I'll say it has to be, you can't put it on the bill.
right. When was that dated? Yeah, there's a prior ordinance someplace, even if it was back in the 70s or 80s or whatever, that says late fees. Depends on how it's ordered and how you wrote it. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you did, I'm just saying it depends on how the ordinance was wrote and. But that just told you how much the water rates were. It didn't say anything about penalties, so the other ordinance would still supersede the penalties part. At least that's the way I would look at it anyway.
It's stated in the new
Right.
ordinance, but it supersedes,
Right.
yes.
Show summer, go back and delete them. Give me the staff fee, and I'll just go back to putting them on now.
I think you should be charging her late fee
Right.
on all the new water that she's used since the leak for sure, because you said you've been calling her on the 15th. 5 days afterwards, so she still should get the late fee on the $90 or whatever her water bill is for that month.
To do that. The system does it on the total amount. So it can't just be late charging $80. I have to figure that every single time and put it on there as an additional. charge. The system's gonna do it on the whole.
Well, I'm gonna say no, because I'm only one vote, so. Because if somebody else comes in late and we charge them a late fee, then we're gonna go back and say, hey, this person didn't get charged. Then you open up a whole, you're on 300 people in there saying, hey, I'm gonna start paying my water bill on the 20th every month versus the 10th.
My question is, if you didn't call her, would she even come in and pay?
She pays online, so then she's paying 3 or 4% extra for the fee, when it'd be cheaper to drop it in the drop box or come down and pay it. So,
I don't know, so. I think it's dependent on. Supposed to do about, I mean, I'll put to make the system so that she gets late started moving forward. But I need to know definitively what you want me to do about all the past late fees. I don't know how to figure that. That's taking a long time.
It's up to you two. I told you what I'm gonna go with. So.
I'm gonna see what he has to, Rick tells there. He'll say he'll come in and pay it, wipe it clean.
Okay, here, so it's 97 does talk about late fee charges. All past due sewer bills are subject to a 10% late fee charge to be calculated on the current. All such late fee charges shall be applied only to the active house they need balance. All past due water bills are subject to 10% late fee charge to be calculated on the unpaid balance.
10% across the board, or 10%.
10% across the board.
Late fee charge to be calculated on the unpaid balance. $70.
And is there anything about having to have, the written payment agreement if you're doing a payment? Cause that needs to be out written and then done right.
She said, what? Jay says.
Let's see what Jay says.
Kendall. Okay. So when someone comes in to do a payment thing, how do you figure that out?
It's such a confusing form. I
don't know that we need to get in the practice of doing payment plans.
Because when
I don't-
I was doing this job, it was 9 months out. You take the total bill, you split it in the 9 months, and that was how much they were paying, added to their current bill.
Say that.
She paid me $1,400.
You think it's law that we have to take payments?
think you have to for a payment plan. So look it up, but
At one point in time, you know, there was something about that. And I don't know, a lot of that. Max is the. Yes, at one point in time. You had to- Now, if they. Forward. At one point in time, you had to make available a payment plan.
I just know that's how I did it before when I was doing the job.
I don't really do it.
And I had to do it twice.
So I'll call her tomorrow and let her know she needs to shut off unless she pays in full or what?
Ask her about this tax check.
Needs a payout.
Has she paid this month's bill yet, since it's the 18th? So, when's the cutoff for shutting her off anyway for this month?
The way I tell her.
Now, if you call and tell her to come pay her bill, she's gonna pay your $200, then you're still in the same spot we're in.
From that, shut off everything when she pays in full.
Legally, I don't know that we have an option, at least that's the way I look at it, but one of them goes, so.
You can turn everybody else's off. That's the thing.
Are we sticklers on turn everybody off on the 21st when they're not paid, for an example?
Let me say, I work harder than most people other than to pay their bill, so no, I do everything I can to avoid it. Because then Jay has to come back the next day and turn them on if they pay.
Right.
And we're only, our turn offs and turn on days are Mondays and Thursdays. So if I shut them off on a Thursday,
Right.
they're not gonna get turned on again until the following Monday. So I try really hard and I make a list of people. And like some people like Andrew Aldrich, well, this person, she's not gonna pay until the evening of 22nd, and I write that down. If they don't follow through, I call them. I make a lot of phone calls. I call everybody on the shut off list. It's stupid.
Do you make them pay the late fee?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
They're already, the late fee's already on there by then. What's going, they go on the 11th.
I understand that, but. I mean, I understand it should.
Living down there in that trailer, her and
There's 4 kids.
But that's why it's not there, getting the help with it, so. In the winter when I called, it was, you can stop to, everybody's trying.
Can we give her 2 weeks? Or if she says, yes, I have this check coming. I guess just like keep calling until, I don't know. Or after when the check comes, I mean, then I need it that day. If it doesn't come that day, if it's not paid that day, then you're getting shut off.
But I mean, if you ask me that question, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna come in December, for an example. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stretch it out as long as I can.
I say tell her you gotta have the money by the next board meeting. Her water's getting shut off. Late fees.
Those are coming out. You know, the yearbook budgets,
You have it in the morning.
I don't know what I used to use. No, I just think people use it like to see what goes between getting on Monday. See if anything's changed. But during the day, I'll call them. By next board meeting. What'd you say?
I haven't said nothing.
You said plenty, I'm just
I said plenty.
trying to remember. Thursday's the off day? You say Thursday, I'm just coming.
I'll go along with Brian, but I think the late charges need to be on there.
I just took it off. She will
So-
be getting late charges moving forward.
I'll agree with that on this 7th or whatever that Monday is, 8th,
With the
whatever.
8th.
I
But
guess
as far as late, I'm saying moving forward, late charges, is you okay with that? Or,
I mean, it should be on this bill, but she's getting ready to get for this right now, because she's already late, she can't pay on the 10th, then
well, that's my fault. That'd be my mercy.
so.
But I made that change now, so moving forward, she's gonna get late charges. But you can. Until September 8th. Yeah. Morning up. Not after the board meeting because and her she won't get shot till Thursday.
No, that morning, if she hasn't paid it, then she needs to come to the board meeting. We need to deal with this.
So by first thing in the morning. We shut off that morning, right? At noon, how about noon, because I leave her then. That agreeable to you? No. Okay, by noon, on Monday, September 8th, you'll be shut off.
Think so. Anything else? Jay? Kendall? Same meeting adjourned.
Okay.
Thank you.